Did you sign in yet? I can also pass it around as well. Okay, cool. You just like sign in, and then I have like some stuff like for you guys to have.
It's really nice background.
Yeah. We'll begin shortly. Do you like Minecraft? See your Minecraft cup. The clock that I have is Minecraft. Oh.
Every kid like short.
Yeah. Yeah. This way. Okay. Hopefully, I'm not sure who's all gonna show up. Hopefully they do. But we'll begin shortly just to give some people more time to come. I should probably start now. If they come, I'll just, hopefully come in time. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So hello everyone. Welcome back to class. How's everyone doing? Amazing. So today we're going to be doing like popular idioms. I know last week and then on Tuesday, Parker covered sports idioms. So for these, we do like popular idioms. It was supposed to be more like pop culture, but I decided to a bit more on the popular side, and we'll go more into that later. So these are the ones used in conversation. Does everyone already have like a paper that shows like the idioms? Got it. Okay. So for our Gainesville Spotlight, that's first. For food, fun, and shopping today, we have for food we have Sperriers. This is like a really fun for me. I really love to eat here. It's a bit expensive, but I eat it like occasionally with my friends. It's just really good. And then actually, I have something for all of you here. Spurriers is actually created like the restaurant was made by one of the football coaches, I believe, or baseball coaches, one of the coaches here at UF, and he just started a restaurant. And I thought it was really cool. And then also the cookies here are amazing, and it's actually the recipe was made by his wife. And I have like a bunch of coupons for this place, so I wanted to give you guys some just to have some. So maybe this could motivate you to try Superiors, and just like try their cookies at least. Because I started going here only for the cookies, and they're really good. And I was like, I like this place. So the cookies are amazing here. I recommend going here. Even if you just go for the cookies, like totally should. All you have to do is just like go to the front desk and say, "Hi, I have this voucher for free cookies," and they'll take it and give you your free cookies. They're amazing. So please go, please try it out. Yes, and then over here for fun, we have Lake Walford. This place is like really popular for you if you want like an outdoorsy person. There's like kayaking, canoeing. They also have like a sailboating class here. I'm not sure like for your tuition if it's free, but I know for students like undergrad it's free. You might have to like call and like figure out, but if you do like pay to get in, it is like relatively cheap. Like I think $5 to use the equipment. So and it's like all day if you want to go. It's really cool. I like to go there a lot because I love the beach, but there's no beaches here in Gainesville. So I like to go here because there's like a little sand area, and I just like think it's a beach, even though it's not. And then over here is the Alaska County Farmers Market. I personally haven't been in a very long time, but when I did go, like my freshman year, I would go to get like honey because I think like fresh honey is more like so much better than store bought honey. So I would go there to get honey. So yeah, and that's open on like Saturday mornings. I believe it's been a while, but Saturday mornings. So it's like early in the morning. So if you want to get your shopping done at the farmers market, that's a good place. So here are the games and spotlights for today. And now next, moving on to idioms. So in case some of you may not know what idioms are, like I don't assume that everyone knows what they are, but just in case you don't, it's like a phrase or expression that has a figurative meaning, so it doesn't mean exactly what it says. It's figurative, so it's different from the literal meaning. And idioms are common in conversational English, and it can help us add flavor or creativity to our speech. It's a way to like add emphasis on how we're feeling without being literal. So I'll go more in depth with that. So for example, if I were to say it's raining a lot right now, or it's raining heavily outside, instead you could say it's raining cats and dogs. Have any of you already heard of this idiom before? It's raining cats and dogs. No? Yes, some of you have, some of you haven't. Got it. Well, this is just an example, but I can explain it a little bit. So it's raining cats and dogs basically means it's raining a lot outside. It's raining heavy outside. A lot of people don't even know where like idioms come from, the history, the historical meaning of it. We just say it, something that we all say. But it's raining cats and dogs means it's raining really heavy outside. So next time you see like it's raining like really hard, like wind, maybe there's some thunder, some lightning, maybe just like a lot of rain, a lot of wind. You could say it's raining cats and dogs inside, outside. But that's just an example, and I'll go more in depth with other idioms that I have for today. So for these idioms that we're covering today, will be like happy idioms. So we have on cloud nine, over the moon, and on top of the world. Do these look familiar to you guys? No. Over the moon, over the moon, got it. Anything else? Just over the moon, got it. So we'll go more in depth with these, explain them a little bit more, and use them in practice for today. So first for on cloud nine, you'll use this when something is really good, like something like really good happened in your life. So you can say I'm on cloud nine, and then here's some dialogue to explain it a bit more. I will probably ask Parker as well so that we can act it out together, like not right now, but after like the videos and everything, just to give you like an in-person example on how to use it as well. But this is the dialogue, and then next will be the video, and then we'll show you with like some like acting out. But I just won the lottery. Oh, do you want to be beat? Actually, okay. I just won the lottery. Oh my gosh, how do you feel? I'm literally on cloud nine right now. So on cloud nine just means something really good just happened in your life. Winning the lottery, I think that's pretty good. So we use that when something good's happening in our lives. So, and then here's a picture of two happy people on the cloud. Hello, and then
I think use also for someone that is like dreaming or something like that, or
that's a good question. So it wouldn't be for dreaming. It would be more of like if it's actually happening, if it has actually happened. Um, I'd say like head in the clouds is more of like a dreaming thing because your head's in the clouds. You're like, oh, I'm thinking about something. But on cloud nine means like you're already there, like you're on it. So you'll say that not for dreaming, but if something good has already happened in your life, or it happened and now you're on cloud nine. So you could say, "Oh my gosh, like Pitbull just like signed my shirt. I'm on cloud nine right now." Those are things that has already happened. And then here's a video. I kind of want to give context for this one really quickly. So her over here, she spent I want to say 7 days, like about a week. Oh, her boob's cute. Yes. So wait, that's crazy. That's a crazy example. But she spent a very long time, I think like a week, or so, trying to figure out how to solve a Rubik's cube. Do any of you know how to solve a Rubik's cube? Do you gotta solve this Rubik's Cube? You can solve one? Amazing. You're on cloud nine. But basically, she spent like such a really long time trying to figure out how to solve the Rubik's Cube. And then at the end of this challenge, she actually learned how to do it. So it took a long time. It was a lot of work, but she actually managed how to do it. And we're going to jump skip to her on the last day, solving the Rubik's Cube, and then her expressing how she feels. I don't know what that noise is.
Yes, that noise happens every single day. I don't know what it is.
Every single day. If it's oh the elevator. Oh, I thought people were like moving furniture every day.
Because it happens like all the time, no matter if I've been here at 9 o'clock in like at PM and that noise still happens, so that makes sense in the field.
Yeah, that's crazy. I thought they should like shut it off at a certain time. I don't know. Is it too loud? Is it good? Okay. So we'll just skip to her near the end.
Really nervous. I feel like I'm about to run a marathon, but I got this. I got this. All right, let's do it.
I don't know how people do that.
Goes up, lid goes right, realign, solved. 4 minutes, 8 seconds. Yes. Record. That's my new record. Easy. I feel like I'm on cloud nine right now. I'm absolutely shaking. It's like I just finished a marathon. I committed myself to doing this. And there were moments when I didn't think I was going to be able to, but Tone really helped me push through. He was the angel on my shoulder.
Great. So as you can see, that example being used, she was really happy. You saw like well, you saw the last part of it, but she spent a long time having to use it. Like this off, I read it. But have spent a long time having like learn how to use the Rubik's Cube or like solve it. And then she did it. She was so happy, so elated. She was on cloud nine. Any questions with cloud nine so far? No.
Do you know where he's that come from?
Yeah, so actually, like the history of it originated from like meteorologists when like cloud nine was like the highest like elevation in which clouds were formed, and that's like when you're like super high, you're like super happy in the sense of like elevation equal like elation. So like the higher is like more happier. I feel like, and I'll explain a bit more later, but it like the history of it obviously like isn't uh like firm because it's like oh history like it's been used throughout the years so people aren't really sure where it originated from, but it's speculated it originated with meteorologists and clouds being like cloud nine at the highest level like cloud with surface whatever the highest so and like being associated with happiness. And now next is over the moon. So for this one, it's pretty much the same thing on cloud nine over the moon. You use this when something really good has happened in your life. So it translates just the same as on cloud nine. I'm over the moon about this. So I'll be A, and then Parker can be B. I just got a raise at work.
You must be over the moon.
Yes, I am. It doesn't show that, but yeah. So over the moon, basically it's the same thing. You can say I got a raise at work. You must be on cloud nine right now. It's pretty much the same translation. It means the exact same thing. When something really good happens in your life, you're just on top of it. You're happy. You're up there. You're over the moon. You're on cloud nine. So it's like up in the sky. And then this one right here.
Thanks for staying with us. This is the latest episode of the Broadway show.
Loud. Sorry, got it. There we go.
Show, so
Is
glad
that
you're
better?
here.
Got it.
MJ the Musical is one of the biggest, flashiest debuts this Broadway season. That's why one of the musical's breakout stars is this week's fresh face. Hi, my name is Tavon Old Sample. I play Michael and MJ the Musical on Broadway. I grew up in Virginia Beach, Virginia. I was always singing and dancing, whether it be in the car or in my parents' apartment, all the time. I loved music and I loved TV and film and just everything about it. I felt like I started to really love theater when I watched High School Musical for the first time. And when I got to high school, when I auditioned for the Governor's School for the Arts in Norfolk, Virginia, I found out that it is musical theater, singing, dancing, and acting. And I was like, oh, snap, I can do this. My first Broadway show was the one that I am in currently. I did not see a Broadway show until after we started shows. I saw The Lion King for the first time, and that was an eye-opening and just jaw-dropping experience. I always loved Michael Jackson, and so I remember sitting in a tape and not really expecting anything back because it was the automated like email. And at that point, I was auditioning for Adult Michael, which I was not ready for. And they were like, "We still have an opening for Middle Michael." I was like, "Middle Michael?" And we did a callback, and we did a work session, and then I remember about 2 weeks later, I got the call that I had booked the role as Michael and did the musical, and I was over the moon, ecstatic. When I got the flowers,
So it was a bit long introduction to that, but basically, like again, he was really excited that like he got to be a star in, like this musical as Michael Jackson, and he was over the moon. So it's a really great idiom to express like you're really happy about something, something good just happened in your life. You're on cloud nine right now. You're over the moon because of an event. So um, after those two, I wanted to give like more of like an in-person example with Parker explaining it using like acting it out. Because again, over the moon and on cloud nine can be used like interchangeably because they mean the exact same things. So while Parker comes over, so you can act it out. I'll pass these out over here. Do you have one yet? Is this yours? No, it's not, but you can use it if you want. Does everyone have one already? Perfect. Okay. Okay. You want? Are we doing on the fly? Yeah, on the fly, just so people can see like, it being used actually in person. Okay. Stop this. Oh wait, let's stand up. Are you walking? Yeah. You can walk. Oh my gosh, Parker, you will not believe what just happened to me. What just happened to you? I just aced my exam. Oh my god, you must be over the moon. Wasn't this your final? I am. I worked so hard on my final. I'm like on cloud nine right now. I'm so happy. Wow, that was actually like really good. Yeah, thank you. That was like really good, all of them. Yes, that was really good. Okay, so that was the example. Any questions with that? Those like ways you can use both over the moon on cloud nine. You could say, "Oh, are you over the moon about this? This is exciting." Or you must be over the moon. Like you must be happy. This is exciting. Yes, I am happy. I'm on cloud nine right now. So both exchanging that you're really happy. Let me hand this out to Nicole. Also, I have candy up here if you guys want some. Okay. I'll just pass that around. And then here you go. Anyone else want some? So I'm just gonna pass it around if you want to. Yes, and then I'm gonna pass it back. Crowded. Okay. So those two again can be used interchangeably. They both mean the exact same thing because as you can see on like the paper, when it shows like the use, when is it used, basically what does it mean? It's the same definition. So when something really good has just happened in your life, again, you can use them. They're both the same.
I feel that the Americans are so enthusiastic for whatever.
Yeah, I agree. I'd say like when it comes to being enthusiastic enthusiastic about these things. It doesn't have to be like something super huge in your life, like winning the lottery, which is you'll be on cloud nine for that. Again, just like how Mia Parker explained it, just like simply passing an exam on cloud nine, amazing. Found like $1 in the parking lot on cloud nine. I just found $1. So it's just a way to express like you're happy about something. It doesn't have to be overly happy, like something crazy happening in your life. It can just be like the little things that just brighten your day. I'm on cloud nine right now. This is amazing. I have a smile on my face. So I say people, for me, I use on cloud nine a lot. Me because I just love to use like sky like idioms. It's like over the moon, on cloud nine, top of the world. I'll explain that one later. But those two are like, yeah, I use them pretty often sometimes. Well, often. And then next we have on top of the world. So for on top of the world, this is when you feel very accomplished and you're satisfied with something. Um, so I'd say like on top of the world is like I've done something, I finished something, and it's when you're like, wow, like I'm like done right now. This is amazing. Like I just accomplished this one thing. Like I could do anything else, you know? Like say for example, you're in a boxing match with Mike Tyson and surprisingly you won. You're like, I'm on top of the world. If I could beat up Mike Tyson, who else could I fight? So it's just one of those things where you've accomplished something big and you feel like you can do a lot more above and beyond because of that one thing you've accomplished. So on top of the world. So again, I'll be A, and then Parker, you will be B. Can you see it? Yeah. Okay. How does it feel to graduate with your PhD?
I feel like I'm on top of the world. I can't believe I'm actually done.
Right. So this right here again is used when you accomplish something and like wow, like, it's kind of one of those things where you say the possibilities are endless. Have you guys heard that one before? The possibilities are endless. Basically saying like your options are broad. You can do pretty much anything you want in this world. So it's basically one of those things of saying I'm on top of the world. Like I can do pretty much anything right now. I've accomplished just one thing. So there's so much more that I can do because of this accomplishment. So I'm on top of the world. And I'll show the example for this one as well.
The theme of our season this year is Take It Far Back. And you have a great story, a great result of the story it was telling at the time about your
Is it loud
aneurysm.
enough?
Tell us that story.
I woke up one day, I was on top of the world. I just moved from Dallas to New York City, and I remember looking in the mirror saying, God, thank you so much. This is so awesome. I always want to be here. This is amazing. My head exploded. And, I have a high tolerance for pain, but this was a whole different thing. I was nauseous. I was trembling on one side, numbness, pins and needles on the other side. And it was, you oftentimes hear people say the headache of your life. I knew it wasn't normal. Something was not normal. And so my assistant took me to the emergency room. And, we go into the emergency room dressed for television, full makeup and outfit, people with gunshot wounds and everything else, right? And people presenting with heart attacks. So they kept walking around going, she just has a headache. She just has a headache. I went in and out of consciousness, and I finally, when the doctor came up to talk, I grabbed her wrist and I would not let go. And I said, listen to me. This is not just a headache. Let's start with the worst thing it could be, which is possibly a brain aneurysm at first, and just work our way down to she just has a headache. And then I said to her, I'm insured by 3 different companies, and I can write a check. But and then I passed out again, and when I came back to consciousness, there was a doctor leaning over me who said, "You're right. You had a brain aneurysm at first. There's a lot of blood in there right now. We can't see certain things, so we're kind of waiting to be able to see." But it was the insistence that something was wrong. And so many of us, when we have a headache, I know I've met so many people who've had aneurysms or have family members who passed away because of aneurysms that would say, "Yeah, we said I had a headache, so we laid down and took some aspirin, right?" And so I'd always heard that before. People would say,
Sorry, this is kind of long, but basically, it was kind of like in the beginning. I was hoping that the going longer would give a bit more context, but in the beginning, she was saying.
The theme of our season this year is Take It Far Back. And you have a great story, a great result of the story it was telling at the time about your aneurysm. Tell us that story.
I woke up one day, I was on top of the world.
So like that, I woke up one day and I was on top of the world. So basically explaining like she had it all, everything, but it kind of in her context, she's using it as if she was up here, the possibilities were endless, and then her aneurysm kind of knocked her back down from on top of the world. But again, like she was using that in the sense that she had it all, everything was great. So again, going back to using on top of the world, it's when you feel very accomplished and are satisfied with something. So again, like doing like your PhD, finishing something that took a long time. When you accomplish those things, you genuinely do feel as if you're on top of the world, and the possibilities are endless. Any questions with this one right here? No, got it. So now we're gonna break into some of our activities right here. I have it again, just if you didn't have it and want to look at it on like a broader scale. It should be, oh, that one, yeah. So on cloud nine, over the moon, and on top of the world. And then wanted to kind of draw them all together to bring them all in like this way where it correlates. So all of these right here, they're like on top of something, they're over something. It's like basically an elevation. And I wanted to kind of draw like the yeah, basically, yeah, thank you, connect them and saying how like elation basically equals elevation. So like when you're happy about something, normally you're like up there, you're broader, you're like super happy about something, you're like on top of the world. And then it kind of relates to the same way as like when you're sad. So we'll possibly go over sad idioms on Tuesday, but we'll talk more about that later. So like when you're sad about something, you're a bit more like down in the dumps. You're more like sad, smaller, like in the ground, like more sadder. So like elevation up is like when you're happy. Normally when it comes to these things, and then when you're sad, it's like I'm feeling down. I'm down in the dumps. So just wanted to kind of draw that connection. So yes, as you can see, they're all on top of something. They're all happy. They're all smiling because elation equals elevation. Any questions with that? Got it. And now next, I wanted to move on to our activity for today. I was thinking of doing activities in between each idiom, but I thought it would be easier to just do it at the end. That way, it's like you can use them, learn all of them, and then because a lot of them are also very similar, and because there weren't that many anyway. So basically, for the activity, you'll find a partner, get into pairs of two. If it's uneven, Parker wouldn't mind being like a partner for someone if it's like uneven. But you'll find a partner, and then you'll talk about a time you were on cloud nine, on top of the world, or just like over the moon. Using these idioms, make sure to use discourse markers when sharing. So I know some of us like weren't here when we learned about discourse markers. So if you can't use the discourse markers when learning about it, don't worry, that's okay. I know like some people have like the paper of it, so if you like have someone that didn't know them, probably share that with them, show them how to use that. And then for the listener, you should use like verbal expressions when they're talking about it. So if someone's like, "Oh, I was on top of the like on top of on cloud nine," or like that when explaining it, it's like, "Oh, that's great. Wow, really?" Like something like that, using those verbal expressions when they're talking, just to get more practice in with that. And then the one that's talking about why they're on cloud nine, how they're on top of the moon, um, or over the moon when they're using like those, uh, sorry, idioms. They can use discourse markers before they start and say like, "Well, I was on cloud nine when," so basically like that. So trying to like correlate the last few lessons into this one, just to get more practice on the previous ones as well. And then I know some of us wanted like a bit more practice, like starters, like knowing how to start off the conversation. So I have them right here. If you're ever stuck not knowing how to use them, you can say, "I was over the moon when," or "I felt like I was on top of the world when." And then if you started off with like a discourse marker and wanted to figure out how to incorporate that idiom at the end of your sentence, you can say, "Tell the story using discourse markers, story, story, story." And yeah, and because of that, I feel like I was on cloud nine. So those are some starters or some enders that you can use to help you get the conversation going. Any questions with that? No, got it. All right, so I'm gonna keep it on. Do you guys want it on this slide or this slide when doing your activity? The start. This one, got it. So we'll keep the starters up just to help you guys with that conversation, and I'll play some music so you guys can go ahead and talk. I'll walk around just to listen. If you guys have like any questions with anything, like I'll be walking around listening to you guys. making sure you guys are using it correctly. Yes, in case any questions pop up, I'll be there. So we'll partner up now. The sunset. So go ahead and come back. Ready? Everyone's ready? Okay. Yes, 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 take it. Of course. All right, so let's come back for the recap. So, how do you all think it went? I was walking around and you guys are doing amazing with it. Like, I was seeing like in the back, like everyone was like writing sentences out on like what they would say. And like something like finding some on ChatGPT like on like feet off the ground. And I started using like over the moon as well. And like you guys did really good with using them. Honestly, you guys are professionals. I'm on cloud nine right now. You guys are using them really well. Especially like when talking about like how you're happy. I heard a lot of people using like verbal expressions when the other person was talking. So you guys are doing really good with that. Do you guys want more practice with it, or you feel like you got it? Got it, got it. Because you guys were really good. Like I don't know. Like I was just like walking around listening, and I was like, wow, like they're great at this. Like I think they already know these things, but that was really good. Okay, so next, um, that was pretty much all I had for the lesson itself. But I did have questions for the class. But really quick before I do that, I wanted to explain like this part right here for those that missed it. So for the Gainesville Spotlight, I for the food I had Superior Grill. It's like a really good restaurant, and I also have like coupons from here because like their cookies are amazing. And the owner, he's actually a coach. Well, he was a coach for at UF, and oh sorry, he was a coach at UF, and then his wife actually makes the cookies there. So like there's like coupons for it. So if you want to like get free cookies at Superior's, because they're really good. Oh, okay. Do you have it already? Got it. You want to watch? Okay. Do you have? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Got it. So definitely try that out. I wanted to like give these people up a lot, so I was like, oh, they maybe might like the free cookies there because they're really good. So if you just like give them the voucher, just saying like, oh, I have this to redeem for free cookies, and you'll get them. Oh, did you have one? Oh, yeah, you don't have to. You do not. Yes, of course. Does everyone else have one? Everyone has one? Got it. So you don't have to buy anything. Just give it to them for free cookies. No, yes, no purchase necessary. So, and they're so good. Like me and my friends, we used to go there all the time for the free cookies and use the voucher. So hopefully that motivates you guys to go ahead and try it out. Because I know the food is expensive because it's like really fancy, but you don't have to spend any money. Just get the free cookies. So that was it for that. And yes, water and cookies, completely free. And then over here, so I had a question for you all. So for the like right now we've been learning idioms, sports idioms with Parker, and then we went like the happiness idioms with me. For next week, I was thinking of like we can either do idioms again on Tuesday, or we can do something I like to call like reduction. And basically, when it comes to like conversation, we say things like, "Oh, put it right here." As an example. So instead of like you, sometimes we say yeah, like how are you instead of how are you, and how are ya is like a bit more conversational than the textbook way of saying you. So instead like oh how are you doing today versus how are you doing today, it just flows a bit more when we say it in conversation. Same thing with like have to. We say have to. Like oh I have to go to the store right now. I say I have to go to the store right now because have to go to the store rolls off a bit more. And I know we talked about in the beginning like listening, actually understanding people when it comes to conversation. So I think this could be a really good help with just like hearing what the person's saying because sometimes we may hear have to and you're like huh? Like, what did they just say? And then we know, oh, they mean they have to go to the store. So it's a way for us to like understand like that reduction or like what they're actually pronouncing it as versus like what it means, and it helps us better understand like that in conversation. And it's a lot of those. For example, going to like I'm going to do my work versus I'm gonna do my work. So when we say that, we don't really say I'm going to go do my work. I said I'm gonna do my work. So I wanted to see if you guys wanted to do more idioms on Tuesday or if you guys wanted to do a lesson on this. Briefly, I know we had like the calendar, the course calendar at the welcome. So it's like not really aligning with the calendar. So I wanted to see what you guys thought about it. Do you guys want this one or idioms on Tuesday? This one right here. Raise your hand if you want. Have to, gotta. Raise your hand for idioms. Okay, well, I guess we're going to be doing this. And if you still want idioms, don't worry. Parker will be teaching idioms that Thursday. So, yay! So, we'll still be covering idioms if you want that. We'll still be idioms, but on Tuesday instead.
We throw the towel for
Yes, so throw the towel for idioms. Right. So, okay, got it. Keep that in mind when I do my lesson plan. Any questions? Yes.
Yeah, I want to talk about if we can start earlier than this appointment, this lesson at 5, if you never mind.
At 5? Is everyone okay with starting at 5 instead? No? No.
I think nobody can.
Yeah.
My work is not finishing till 5.
Got it.
I can do that, but for my experience here at 5, nobody is coming until at 7.
Got it. Okay. That's totally fine. You can, if you need to leave early, like you totally can. And I will also submit like the PowerPoints online so you don't miss anything. So don't even worry about it. So we'll still meet at 5:15 around that time. Give you guys time to still come. And if you need to leave early, please like you're fine to leave early. I'll submit like the PowerPoints and everything for you as well. Got it. And then after that, I think that was it. Again, the Gainesville Spotlight. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys. Thank you so much. Oh, also, sorry, one more thing. After this, I will be reteaching discourse markers and verbal expressions for those that missed the first two when I taught. So after me and Parker do like our little like meeting, after that, then I'll come back here and teach. It's been like maybe like 10 minutes from now. I'll come back, just to reteach the discourse markers and the verbal expressions for those that missed it or want to learn it again. So that's pretty much it. Thank you. Oh no, no deadline at all. Yeah, right. Forever. Yeah, forever. Like maybe this time next year, you still can. Yeah. There's no expiration date for the coupons, by the way. Oh yeah. Make sure if you didn't sign in already, sign in. Make sure you sign in already. The address or where you go. The address and time. Or you can just send it to me. Or me or her. Of course. Yes.
No, but we check the same college. So
I live off campus, you know, at Krispy Kreme's. It's like I live across the street from Krispy Kreme. Oh, this is really cool. No. Oh, okay. I think I know. No, hi. Yeah. I'm 13th Street. Yeah. I'm on 13th Street. Yeah. Oh, okay. So definitely not too far from campus, but I would love to show where it's actually. Uh, well, thank you. And you know, Parker's Idiom Club School was we'll definitely we'll love to be invited to this time. Thank you. Try to
Church is really good in my experience. So
really.
I'm gonna be out of town for doctor's appointments, so I'm gonna see. I don't know if I'm gonna come, but if I can, I will do it. Okay. I didn't know that there was like a open kind of festival for it. No. I know about Ramadan. I just didn't know that there was like a gathering for it.